Hello all, in the last video we worked on how to resize your page or increase or reduce the overall page size. That includes the systems and the actual text on the page and the overall page itself. So now what we will do in this video is we will go back to page layout and we will do what I normally do with scores after resizing, after giving the page itself, the printed page, a new size. I usually go in and I resize the systems. So what I'm going to do, so make sure I'm in Finale, I'm under page layout right here, and page layout menu is where you're going to go. And you're going to go to Resize Staff System Reduction or Expansion. See, so you'll have your staff height that you can arrange. I don't usually mess with this. Scaling, it'll automatically do that once you put in your resize system to such and such %. It'll add the resulting system scaling to that. Current parts or score, you can say current part or score, selected parts or score, all parts or score, or all parts and score have those same margins or those same system range that you're going to resize stuff to. And then you'll have the spot where it'll say, do you want to do it through system 1 through 1 or system 1 through the end of the piece? Usually I do it for system 1 through the end of the piece. There may be some projects where you will do system 1 through 13, let's say, and then system 14 through 20, you'd probably do a different sizing if you wanted to. But this is just the command post for all of this. Your most important tool is this one right here, and resize system. Right now it's at 55%. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and make this 70%. See, it automatically adjusts the system scaling to 38%. And we're going to hold it system 1 through the end of the piece, resulting in this. So we still have some work to do. If there was still a page size problem, like if you had to resize the page, you'd go back to resize page. I still have it on 90%. And resize that to 100%. Then click OK under Resize Page 2. And then it will do 100% there for you. And since it's an 11 by 17 page, it's a work for orchestra, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to page layout, and I'm going to do resize staff system, and I'm going to put it up to 75%. Resulting system scaling would be 40%. Scaling just means it's going to scale down the page. I may or may not want to keep this. I may want to go back to page layout and have this be 110, just so it could be seen, you know, that kind of stuff. And then what you do is you basically play with those two commands. I would play with those two commands until you get the exact size of the systems and the exact size of the things that you want. That way you're not going to go overboard, you're not going to, flop up the page. You can even go between these three commands and play with the pages until you get them the way you want them to go. Now I can go A3, which is 11 by 16 basically, and see what that does. And that's actually a pretty good size right there. So on these, on the page size, the resize full page margins and all that, and the resizing systems, you kind of have to play with all three of them. to make it look good. If you need any other tips on how to do this, please feel free to consult me in the comments or give me a comment there, give me a question. But you generally have to play around with this until you get it exactly the way you want it. I would not usually have the systems this small, come to think of it. So I'm going to change my page size back to tabloid because that's the most reliable for orchestra for me. And then we're going to do page layout, resize staff system, and I'm going to go 90%. See what that does. And if you go too far, it'll go into that. But it'll go into cut off the page. But you can always play around with this until you see what you can do with it. And usually I go back to 100 and on the actual page size with all the margins and stuff, and it works out fine. So this is the perfect size score for this. Alright, so if you have any questions, like I said, comment me, and I will see you in the next video.